and Universal.
Okay. We good?
Yeah, continue.
This is a song I wrote and it's called Sweet Lazy Jane.
I graduated last May. Pronouns she, her, hers. I do rhythm guitar, vocals, and then I guess sometimes electric band.
I'm Gabe. I also graduated in May. He, him, and I do drums. Lots of drums.
David, I got my master's 2 years ago. He, him, guitar.
As time goes, if you saw the sights again, would you wait around tomorrow?
The other members do go to Purdue.
Yeah. We were missing like half our people.
Yeah, normally we have, how many people do we have at once? Like 6 to 9 at any given moment. Up to 8. Up to 8. Yeah.
Wow.
And then a few people have graduated already, so we've moved past keyboardists mostly. So.
What's it like having like 8 people in a band?
Oh, it's really fun, I think, because like the way that we play, we do a lot of like jamming and stuff like that. So having a bunch of different like ideas to like bounce off of each other at any given point, and then you can also back off and you can just kind of settle right where you need to be if you have that many people. And it's loud because you play out of like vintage amps and stuff like that, so you're just like blasting people.
Well, it's good. We have 2 drummers, yeah?
Yeah.
We have 2 drummers. Sometimes Vedant, he's not here, but that was another kind of basis founding, was double drumming, just as many instruments as possible. Our old keyboardist played the bassoon and the flute. We've had saxophones on occasion.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of,
She's graduated, but we have a violin player.
Yeah.
Everybody's, like she said, doing running lines and improvising stuff all the time. It was actually weird playing with so few people tonight. Because it's like, oh, there's space that has to be filled.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you guys and some of your members have graduated, but some of them are current students. Is there any like trouble with that, or?
Yeah, I work full time, so like literally I got off of work today, I work in Crawfordsville, I drove 30 minutes, I got home, changed, put everything in my car, like we put everything in my car, got over here parked. It's very interesting, we're always working around like everybody's schedules, and that kind of does help to have so many members when you're not just like a 4-piece group and stuff like that, and when you do have a bunch of people, everyone in our group, I would like to say, at least I think so, everyone is super, like some of the most talented musicians I've ever played with, right? And so it's like, to have people be so musically talented, and then like everybody's schedules are all like exploding, there's like a 5-car pileup of schedule happening, but like we have the ability to kind of work around that just because everybody's just ridiculously like talented. So we have people show up to practice when they can, show up to shows when they can, like today. Like obviously Rio had to go down to Indy, but he's like, oh okay, like I'll sit in for as long as I can, and stuff like that. It's nice to have people you can really rely on, and like know that like you guys are gonna still like play as a group like cohesively. It's been very interesting.
Like, we're very strongly American root music based. A lot of bluegrass, a lot of country music influence. There are a lot of jazz players and former jazz players in the band as well. So it's just kind of cross-genre work.
Yeah. I didn't when I started listen to country and kind of jam stuff as much. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think more so than I was. I can at least understand it. But I'm primarily like just rock drumming, and then our other drummer, Vedant, he was not jazz like adjacent, but he was trained or whatever. So when you have that coming together, it's a lot of diversity in the sound. It's a lot of interesting dynamics that can happen.
Like the only other band that's kind of like us, well, the only 2 bands that are kind of like us are Third Street Collective and Silver Wizard, which shares members, me and Gabe. Well, Silver Wizard also shares members with Third Street. So it's just like always on the boundaries of doing
stuff that's out there and weird and that you won't see. Like what? I don't know. I don't want to sound pretentious, but it's like, where else are you gonna see 2 drum kits on the stage? That was kind of thing we were thinking about, right?
Yeah.
We were forming it. Yeah, it's like just make it something that no one's ever seen before.
We have such an awesome, like, accepting scene, and it's fantastic to be a part of it. And I love seeing, like, there's so many bands popping up right now. It's so cool to be, like, kind of like the older people watching, like, all these other people, like, just come into it just the same, and everybody's still just as excited as when I joined Flyers. You know, it's like it's just awesome. It's just awesome scene, awesome place to be. I think in music. It feels like a real, like, group of people who's been, like, doing stuff together for so long. Like, everybody's, like, decently, like, you know, we're all friends and stuff like that. It's something that can always come back together. So, like, say, like, everybody graduates, moves away, you know, whatever. We could always, oh, you're in town? Let's jam. Let's sit down. Let's do something. Let's see if we can get, like, a gig or something somewhere.
The album too.
Yeah.
That's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We had some stop and start with an album we recorded a year ago. We have one out with that is like 3 lineups removed from what we are now.
Yeah.
And we recorded a year ago. We're sitting on some stuff that we've written since then that we'd like to put out on an EP or another album when we can get set up to record again. So it's there's a product out there.
Well, it's not out there.
It's sitting on some servers.
It's in circulation.
Yeah, it's sitting on
there.
some servers. You never really know the shape a show is going to take. Like, every show has a different vibe, it has a different feel. Like, even if it's, we also try to never repeat a set list. We've been bringing a new keyboard player on, and so I had to, like, sit down and it's like, okay, how many songs do we know? How many songs do we play? It's like, oh, 50? Like, originals and covers. Like, stuff comes and goes from the set list. Like, we'll songwrite on stage sometimes. So, like, you never know how a show is going to be. Like, you can't plan for it. It's supposed to come out August 1st.
Yeah. Oh.
So, was that the last year?
Yeah.
Was
August 1st of last year was the expected, and then it just kind of got lost in translation. And then we'll see, because we use CD Baby, because you don't have to, like, subscribe to it or whatever. And then they've been taking eons and ages to put stuff out. So hopefully by April, sometime in April, that's our goal.
Again, turn my face up to the sky. Slam shut eyes and take a breath. I can feel the sun give me a kiss.
I'm Alex Sanchez. I graduated last May. Pronouns are he, him. I do vocals.
I'm Andrew Pifo. I am a current senior in biomedical engineering, and I play keys. My pronouns are he, him.
I'm Dominic Harbin. I am the drummer. I'm a senior in data analytics, and my pronouns are he, him.
I'm Slomondo. I'm a senior in environmental science. I play guitar in the band, but mostly I just cause chaos, so.
Can you report your pronouns?
Oh, I said he, him, I think.
Oh, yeah. My name is Ben Piper. I play bass in the band. I graduated in 2024, and my pronouns are he, him.
Take a look, see y'all knows walking with me. Woo! Just watch my lead, see you stepping with me. Come on now, I'll take you there.
What would you guys describe your genre? Like, I feel like when you're out there, your covers and your originals, there's a certain sound to it. What would you describe that sound as?
But all of rock.
I think we just kind of pull from multiple genres of rock, like indie and alternative. I think are the labels we like to use the most. But
One of my favorite parts about this band is that like the different people come with very different backgrounds. Right. So we've talked before, like Sloan, huge Grateful Dead guy, right? So, whereas Dom here, huge Def Leppard.
Huge. Like his dad get to preschool when he was younger. His dad had to promise him that when he got home he could watch like the Def Leppard like
the in the round
like the
performance or whatever. Yeah.
So loved Hannah Montana, and then I grew up a little bit, and then it was probably Big Time Rush. No, I'm kidding. The Hannah Montana is straight to like Grateful Dead, seriously. So
a lot of classic rock like Beatles and Led Zeppelin. Like the first band I remember like really like liking myself was when my brother showed me Pink Floyd when I was like late elementary school. So that's always been one I've loved since.
Yeah. For me, the first band that I was like really into was the Beatles, and then I kind of did like a classic rock thing, and that's kind of morphed into like more indie stuff today.
Obviously me with Def Leppard is all I listen to, but always like classic rock on the radio too. My dad will like quiz me mid like just driving. He's like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "Oh." It's like Led Zeppelin or Van Halen or
The Stones?
Yeah.
I guess it was the Beatles maybe up until like the age of like 10, and then I wanted to like throw that in the trash, and so it became Devo, which is like probably the most annoying band on earth. So that's my favorite genre. Really annoying music.
You guys have been in the scene for quite a while.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about it from when you started to now? What's the key changes?
before I was clean shaven, now I have a mustache.
Scene overall has changed a lot. You know, there's waves in the scene, and some people in the scene have been in it long enough to create a whole chart in terms of when certain scenes died and when they emerged again. And so there were a lot of bands that came up around the time that we did.
Yeah.
And there are a lot more coming up this year compared to previous years. And so it's always brings a new host of people, different age ranges. They aren't necessarily always students. And I think we demonstrate that in our band, right? It's super interesting to see how large the Purdue music scene is. It's maybe not quite as big as like UIUC, but it's one of the larger ones in the Midwest. And a couple of the bands here have gone out to other universities on the West Coast or East Coast, and I've went with them on some of those, and the music scene is just not as big. It's surprising to see some other schools it's just not as big as you would think it is, right? And I think there's a couple factors that make it that way. Is you have a very STEM-focused school and a smaller liberal arts community, right? And I think a lot of students, like there are a lot of STEM students, you know, in our group who kind of want to branch out and have a creative outlet, right? That is sometimes not accessible. Also, you have lots of houses have basements. That's not true in major cities with universities. It's almost impossible to find practice spaces. So
Played a couple originals tonight that I've never heard before. Any news about that?
We're in the kitchen. You know,
or my living room.
We got some in the living room. But you know, we've got a pot boiling back there. We've got some sauce simmering back here. You know, some chicken sautéing right here, and then some veggies in the oven. Stuff is coming.
The air fryer's going too.
This whole semester, rather than playing shows, which is a big focus of ours last semester, we've really buckled down, and like every weekend we spent a ton of time together writing music, and it is super fun, and we're really excited about some of the stuff that we have on the horizon. We're hoping to release more music to all of our Spotify and everything soon, definitely within the year. We'll do announcements on our Instagram, so make sure that people follow that. Bats Out of Hell _band.
Don't forget the underscore.
And Outta is OUTTA, not Outta.
We played another original tonight. We don't have a name for it, but it's called Stones so far. Subject to change. That's kind of what we came up with. But it's, I don't know, you heard it tonight. That's the only time you're going to hear it played that way, that's for sure. It's still evolving. I think part of why we play it live is, this is our second time playing it live. Part of that is to get it to be refined, I guess. You know, find like, okay, that really didn't work. And then Thanks.
Have
Usually
fun
don't
with
have
it,
those.
too.
Yeah.
Usually
Usually it's like, oh, that part worked, that part I want to change. And
Exactly.
then eventually we get to something that we're happy putting on Spotify.
It's a really organic
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
For songs too.
Yeah. At our next show, we're playing more new originals.
Yeah, have an awesome rest of your Thursday night.